McCarthy, last year's number 10 overall pick, suffered a full meniscus tear just days after his promising preseason debut. Now fully recovered, the 22-year-old QB must be carefully managed. Titans. 22. Why conservative preseason work makes sense. 1. Protecting the investment. McCarthy's rookie season was wiped out by injury. The Vikings' meniscus tears emphasize gradual workload ramp-ups to safeguard knee integrity. 2. Preserving confidence and rhythm. Too little live action can leave a QB cold, but too much carries unnecessary risk. A short cameo in Game 1 can help McCarthy shake off rust without overtaxing the knee. Splitting reps between him and veterans ensures he sees situational reps without the pressure of leading full drives in August. Number 3. Evaluating supporting cast. Preseason isn't just about the starter. Seeing offensive line and skill players versus live NFL pass rushers is equally crucial. Mixing McCarthy's reps with Sam Darnold's, if present, or backup QBs gives coaches a broader data set. The backlash risk. Fan expectations versus health concerns. Fans eager for an early look at their new franchise QB may bristle if McCarthy is shelved for multiple preseason games. Ticket buying season is in full swing. Disappointed fans could voice frustration on social media and in the stands. Media scrutiny. Every series McCarthy sits out will fuel "Is he really ready?" headlines. Reporters will parse the thought of missing preseason entirely while Darnold or another veteran shines might intensify calls for relying on experience over youth. McCarthy reacclimate to live defense and timing with his top receivers. 2. Sit out Game 2, skip the mid-camp contest against New England to allow fresh recovery time and in-practice workload, perhaps in the second half to simulate regular season pace, but without critical game pressure. Preseason film study emphasis. McCarthy's mental reps will be just as important as on-field work, learning the playbook, recognizing defenses, and building rapport on the sideline. Why this matters. Preserves knee health. A cautious approach dramatically lowers re-injury risk, ensuring McCarthy's availability for Week 1. Builds confidence. Controlled live reps let McCarthy rebuild trust in his knee and timing with teammates. Manages expectations. Clear communication from coaches. This is about long-term success, not preseason highlight reels, can help diffuse fan disappointment. Bottom line, the Vikings are walking a tightrope. They need to protect McCarthy's surgically repaired knee while giving him enough game speed work to feel ready. By limiting his action to brief outings in Game 1 and perhaps Game 3, Minnesota can minimize risk, manage public reaction, and still gather valuable evaluation data. It's a strategy that treads the fine line between fan excitement and prudent player management, one that could pay enormous dividends once the real games begin. The Vikings find themselves in a delicate balancing act with J.J. McCarthy this summer. After tearing his meniscus just days after his preseason debut last year, the number 10 overall pick is finally healthy and eager to prove himself. But head coach Kevin O'Connell must decide how much live preseason action to give a young quarterback coming off season-ending knee surgery. McCarthy looked sharp at last fall's opener against the Raiders, completing 11 of 17 passes for 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 160.8 passer rating. That performance only heightened expectations until the injury cut his rookie season short. Since then, McCarthy has participated fully in voluntary workouts, OTAs, and mandatory minicamp, showing no obvious limitations in mobility or throwing mechanics. Veteran insider Ben Gosling of the Star Tribune expects McCarthy to get a taste of the action in Week 1 of the preseason against the Texans on August 9th, but likely sit out the Patriots game a week later. A cameo in the finale versus Tennessee on August 22nd also wouldn't surprise observers. Vet starters commonly play 1 or 2 exhibitions before hitting the regular season. Even limited reps could stir debate. Fans eager to see McCarthy in live game scenarios may bristle if he's held out entirely, while conservative management of his surgically repaired knee draws support from players and medical staff. O'Connell must weigh McCarthy's need for real game repetitions, reading defenses, timing with receivers, handling crowd noise, against the risk of re-injury or aggravation before Week 1. The veteran backup plan adds another wrinkle. Sam Darnold's breakout in McCarthy's absence vaulted the Vikings to a 14-3 mark in 2024, with career bests in completion percentage, 66.2%, passing yards, 4,319, touchdowns, 35, and passer rating, 102.5. Darnold has since signed with Seattle, leaving McCarthy as the undisputed franchise QB, but the memory of how well Darnold performed in real games only raises the stakes for McCarthy to be ready. McCarthy's supporting cast is ideally shaped for success. Justin Jefferson remains one of the league's top wideouts, and the revamped offensive line and playbook under O'Connell and offensive coordinator Wes Phillips promise more protection and creative play calling than last year. Still, nothing replicates live game pressure, and McCarthy's development hinges on striking the right balance. Ultimately, the preseason plan will reflect the Vikings' broader philosophy. Protect the knee that will carry their future, yet cultivate the on-field experience McCarthy needs to command the huddle. If he takes meaningful snaps against the Texans and perhaps Tennessee, it will signal confidence in his recovery and readiness. If he remains on the sideline, fans should remember that preservation now could pay dividends once the regular season begins. Either way, all eyes will be on McCarthy as Minnesota charts its course for 2025. Vikings face delicate balancing act with J.J. McCarthy in preseason affairs. As the Minnesota Vikings prepare to kick off training camp, the shadow of J.J. McCarthy's knee injury looms large. McCarthy, last year's number 10 overall pick, suffered a full meniscus tear just days after his promising preseason debut. Now fully recovered, the 22-year-old QB must be carefully managed in August's tune-up games against the Texans, August 9, Patriots, August 16, and Titans, 22. Why conservative preseason work makes sense. 1. Protecting the investment. McCarthy's rookie season was wiped out by injury. The Vikings invested a premium draft pick in him and must avoid re-injury. Modern medical protocols for meniscus tears emphasize gradual workload ramp-ups to safeguard knee integrity. 2. Preserving confidence and rhythm. Too little live action can leave a QB cold, but too much carries unnecessary risk. A short cameo in Game 1 can help McCarthy shake off rust without overtaxing the knee. Splitting reps